Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Bushnell Presents Prairie Pursuit. I'm your host, Greg Toogood. This week I'm heading into the ground blind with Jacob and Grace, and we're after early season whitetail bucks. Beauty.
Bushnell presents Prairie Pursuit, brought to you by Bushnell Canada. Never miss. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. JB's Sausage Supply. Visit jbsausagesupply.com. North Pro Sports, performance archery and arms. Trail Runners K9 Training Center and Labrador Retriever Dogs and Puppies. Holt Lake Lodge Adventures.
All right, so it's fall of 2020 and we are heading out on our very first whitetail hunt. We put up a Bushnell trail cam. We got our Sight of Antler Obsession set up. We put out some alfalfa and peas, and it was within a day that the bucks were coming in. We captured a pile of photos with some fantastic deer, some beautiful bucks. They're such a gorgeous animal year-round, but when they have the velvet on their antlers, it's absolutely stunning. Love looking at those pictures, love seeing those deer, the different colors that they have, and the velvet makes their antlers look so much bigger, and it's so beautiful to see. So as we were admiring all of these trail camera pictures at the kitchen table at home, Grace peeks over my shoulder and she says, "Oh, that's a nice buck." And I said, "Yeah, do you want to get that one?" She goes, "Well, yeah."
This is my third year hunting white-tailed deer. This year my dad found us a new spot close to home. So one evening we were looking at trail cam pics and I found a buck that I wanted to get. But the only way for me to hunt this buck this year was with a crossbow. So my dad borrowed one from a friend.
I phoned up a buddy and he said, "Yeah, I got a crossbow that you guys can borrow." So we zipped out to the farm, borrowed a crossbow, made sure everything was working good, got Grace set up, and away we went. We're gonna head out and sit for the night. Looks like a nice evening. The deer have been coming in pretty regularly, and hopefully we can set Grace up for a velvet buck.
So Dad showed me some pictures of a couple bucks and they're still covered in velvet on their antlers, and I'm gonna try and get one with a crossbow and I'm super excited.
We've got some whitetail, really nice whitetail bucks coming in full velvet. We'll give it a go. Okay, just getting ready for our whitetail hunt.
I practiced a bit with the crossbow in the field before we crawled into the blind.
Beauty. Very first night, climb into the blind with Jacob and Grace, and Jacob takes over. It's actually the first week of September, and we can hunt with the bow, or we can hunt with the crossbow. Beauty.
Okay. So, we're finally settled into the blind tonight. Tonight we've got Jacob and Grace sitting in here. Pretty tight quarters, but looks like it's gonna work. We got Grace set up with a crossbow and Jacob with his bow. Last Friday, Jacob shot spiked bull elk with his bow, so the freezer's full of some awesome elk meat for the year. Well, maybe less than a year with this group. But a new spot that we've got close to home had some pretty nice little velvet bucks coming in. When I showed Grace the pictures, she decided that she wanted to go after one. And Jacob has his sights on a different one that was here too, so they've both got their deer picked out. They've got a plan who's shooting what when they come in or if they come in. But we'll see how the night goes. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Alright. So Jacob, tell me what you think has been coming to the bait.
Well, our camera is set up to catch a deer walking by, and all you can see is from their bellies, like just above their bellies and up, like so you can see their heads and stuff. But there's a lot of poop on the ground that's not deer poop. We haven't got the animal on camera. I'm thinking it's wild boar because it's not doesn't have any berries like raccoon or something would. And that's Big B. Get out of here. Get out of here. There he's gone. So I'm thinking it's a wild boar, and it'd be pretty cool if one of those came out.
Are wild boar tasty?
Oh yeah. Well, I've never had one, but they're supposed to be.
Pork chops?
Yeah.
Bacon.
Ribs. That'd be good.
So, Grace had a unique tactic coming into the stand.
What was her tactic?
What was her tactic?
Oh, to get poop on her leg. I don't know how she managed it, but she's got a whole bunch of the mystery animals poop all over her.
I've never tried smearing poop all over myself before I go to the blind. And this could work.
Yeah, maybe.
Alright.
I don't know if it's intentional. Yeah, there's less intentional.
No,
Probably not intentional.
not intentional. But possibly a good tactic.
Same.
Alright.
Might not see that.
Okay, let's be quiet.
Yeah.
Jacob. Quiet. Quiet.
That was crazy. Wow.
I really felt like the third wheel. Listening to Jacob and Grace talk about the hunt and make a plan, and when the deer came in, on how calm and cool and collected they were, and I never gave any direction really. I was just the cameraman. I was there trying to capture it all.
And then on that first night, Jacob spotted the same buck that I had seen in the trail camera pics and told me to get ready.
He's right beside the blind. Like, damn. You see him? He's right beside us. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready, Grace. Yeah. Put your hand here. Put your hand here. As soon as he gets close, right behind the shoulder. When those trees are in your way, okay?
I was so proud of both of them. Very proud of Jacob to keep Grace calm and quiet and spot the deer, have her prepared and ready, and then for Grace to keep her cool, keep her calm. This deer came into 9 yards.
You have to shoot.
this buck gave me an opportunity.
What? Turn. Do you see him now? Good shot. Yeah. Okay, come on, you're ready.
Once it was time to take the shot, she didn't hesitate.
Smoked him. Perfect shot. Perfect shot, Grace. Perfect shot.
Yes, that's great.
Good shot. Yeah. Okay, come on, you're ready.
The deer gave me a good opportunity, so I took the shot.
Smoked him. Perfect shot. Perfect shot, Grace.
The deer started running.
Perfect shot.
I could see that the blood was pouring out of it in the right spot, so I thought that it was a good shot.
That's we came here for, girl. That's the line. Yes. You was. Yes. That's great.
It sure seems like I can't say it enough how proud I am of the kids on this hunt. After the shot, we waited. We talked about how important it was to leave the animal for, who knows how long, how well you think the shot was, what you saw. And in this case, we took the shot that looked like a great shot. We saw the deer run away with blood coming out of it. The arrow was a complete pass through. And at that range, with the practice he had, it seemed like it was a done deal.
He was running over and the blood was just pouring out of him.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
I think he went down right up in here.
He's a beauty bug.
That's a nice bug. Nice job staying quiet. Yes. That's such a nice bug.
You can see him bleeding, Jacob.
Oh, I did too. Just squirting out of him.
You did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's just pouring out. He was like right here.
Right beside.
It's like 10 feet. And then he curved and went around. I thought you would have to walk way more forward because I was like this. I'm serious, Dad. It couldn't have been any more perfect of a shot.
Really?
No, it couldn't have been any more perfect. I'm sure he's down at that little thing.
Wow, you guys. Jacob, great job guiding her into it. You said you wanted to go after this velvet buck. And he came right to us. He came 7 yards. 7 yards. Jacob spotted him first. And he kept us kind of quiet. Set up the crossbow up on the trigger stick. Hey, I can feel you shaking.
I'm still shaking. I think I'm shaking more than you are.
She squeezed that trigger and made a perfect shot. Oh, man.
Smoked him. Perfect shot.
That's the part I hate, though, because we don't have it in our hands. We know it was a good shot, Jacob said. You can see like
I did too. Just pouring out of him. And it's the other side. So I'm almost 99% sure that it was a hard shot. It really felt like it. Like it was just perfect right behind the shoulder. This. He's a lot bigger in person than he is in camera.
Beautiful
buck.
Yeah, we'll wait half hour. We will give him some time so we don't kick him up.
We decided to wait so that we didn't scare up the deer when we were going to look for it because we wanted to make sure it was dead.
Well, this would be the longest half an hour of your life.
We did give it some time, though. We gave that 45 minutes, probably maybe closer to an hour. We decided, let's get up and take a look, otherwise we're going to run out of daylight.
We waited about 45 minutes, and then we went to the spot where I had seen the blood pouring out of the deer and just started following the blood trail. And we followed it for a while, and then it actually led into a neighboring property, so we had to ask for permission before we continued to look. We got permission to go and look for the deer on their land, and we followed the blood trail a few hundred yards in, but eventually we just ran out of light. So we decided that we would come back and look in the morning.
One of the things that was really neat for me to see in this hunt was how accepting Grace was of the situation. She was incredibly comfortable. She didn't seem to be getting worked up about not being able to find the deer. We were following a blood trail, and when we made the decision to not go any further because we were kind of going into unknown ground, to back off and to wait till morning, she was very comfortable and understanding of that, and she didn't lose any sleep over it. I'm pretty sure I did, but I know that she didn't. She understood the situation. She was confident with her shot, and understood that that was the best thing to do at the time, with the risk of predators getting at her deer overnight. So it's hard. That's a tough thing to do. That's a long night for me always, if we end up leaving an animal overnight.
Well, we were on a pretty good blood trail last night, but we kind of ran out of light. So we're gonna go try and track down the deer this morning.
What do you think about your shot? We looked at the footage.
It looked pretty good, but the exit hole was kind of low. But I'm pretty sure it was a heart or lung shot.
Confident going in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I looked at that footage and it sure seems good. So, well, what do you think? Should we go try and find him?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
You see blood? Oh, yeah, more blood.
This is where I had the bow hanging. Oh, but you had blood up the trail.
I don't know if it was this trail.
I think that was it. I think that was it.
Yeah, there's blood here.
There you go. Where you go?
Wait, can you do this? The next morning, we got back on the blood trail and found my deer laying only about 20 yards from Jacob was standing the night before, but he just couldn't see it because it was too dark. When we went up to it, I was so excited. I loved the color of it, I loved the velvet, and I loved my buck.
Wow, crazy. Wow. You got yourself a gorgeous deer, gorgeous buck, velvet buck. Wow, he is beautiful. Oh, look at that, Gracie. Oh, what a beautiful buck.
What do you think?
This is awesome. So Dad showed me a trail cam picture of this buck, and I told him I wanted to go after it. He borrowed a crossbow from a friend, and we got set up in the blind, and on the first night, this buck walked in, and I decided I wanted to go after it, so I took the shot, and he ran quite a far ways, and so we were up late trying to track the blood trail, but it got too dark, so we decided to wait till morning. And so we got up this morning, followed the blood trail, and led right to him.
How cool is that, Grace? I've never shot a velvet buck in my entire life. So it's September 4th, 2020, and this year I wanted to take the kids deer hunting earlier in the season, and I found a great spot close to the city. They opened up the season this year to hunt September 1st for archery, mule deer, and whitetail, and you can actually hunt with crossbow in the Regina zone. Grace wasn't set up with a bow, so we got her set up with a crossbow, and this guy came in 7 yards. Grace made a perfect shot, and I am so proud of you. That was such an amazing hunt. It was fast, it was quick. Your whitetail season's over now. You don't get to hunt deer anymore. That's it, you're done. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's...
I'm so happy with this.
No kidding. I couldn't be happier. I'm so glad we found this deer this morning. Proud of you, girl. Oh, congratulations, Grace.
Thank you.
Let's get him out of here.
All right.
After taking some pictures and video, Dad cut up the meat out of the deer and we loaded the hide and the head into a backpack, and I got to carry the deer out on my back to the truck.
All right, there you go. Let's get him out of here.
See, I know what I'm doing.
I love this hunt. I got to spend it with my dad and my brother, and it turns out that this was the very first deer taken with a crossbow in my family and the very first velvet whitetail buck. My dad got the shoulder mount done up for me by Don Wolk, and now it's on the wall in my room, so this will be a great memory of the hunt for me forever.
So an amazing experience for Grace. An incredible job by Jacob helping out his sister. And I just felt so fortunate to be able to share this experience with the kids. They did an incredible job from start to finish. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Bushnell Presents Prairie Pursuit. I hope you enjoyed the show.
Bushnell presents Prairie Pursuit, brought to you by Bushnell Canada. Never miss. Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable. JB's Sausage Supply. Visit jbsausagesupply.com. North Pro Sports, performance archery and arms. Trail Runners K9 Training Center and Labrador Retriever Dogs and Puppies. Holt Lake Lodge Adventures.